Hey guys, how you doing? Luna here with a new video for the channel. Welcome back. 2 or 3 videos this week, which I'm really proud of. I'm putting in a lot of effort to bring you guys more and more videos every week. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not talking about any particular, I'm not talking about music precisely. I'm talking about a topic that I find to be really annoying and really obnoxious every time that I try to have a conversation about certain artists. And honestly, if there's something that really annoys me, is people who have all these like conspiracy theories like the Illuminati, the 27 Club, all these artists who sold their soul to the devil and that's why they died at that particular age, and how it's not a coincidence that all these people die of an overdose at this age and blah blah blah. And honestly, I just find it really stupid every time that I'm having a conversation about the talent of a musician for them to go ahead and just completely discredit the artist's talent and genius at the time of creating these songs or performing these tracks by saying they made a deal with the devil. There's so many examples of this, but the most obvious and most popular too, I believe, is Robert Johnson. This tale that he was horrible at guitar playing and singing too, and all of a sudden from night to day he was the best blues singer and performer. But what people don't seem to realize is that the vast majority of it is just that, a tale. A really interesting one, and yes, he does have a few songs where he admits it, but the fact that he said on a song that he sold his soul to the devil, it doesn't really mean that he actually did it. If we take every single song recorded by an artist and we take everything they say literally, you're gonna find that there's a lot of crazy shit going on, and that not a lot of the times it's just a creative thought in the moment. A metaphor. It can be used in a non-literal literal way. So Robert Johnson saying that he sold his soul to the devil doesn't really mean that he actually did it. The same thing with Bob Dylan in that interview with the BBC. I think, it's just so funny how people don't take what Bob Dylan says seriously. It's like he said so many stupid things and people just decide to ignore those. But whenever he says, I sold my soul to the Grand Chief, the person in charge, that he actually meant that. Same thing with Rihanna in the Super Bowl game show wearing a lot of red and a lot of symbolism. And I'm like, if she actually is a devil worshiper, why the fuck would she admit to do so on live television? Like, what's the point? Does the devil want, is the devil telling her to do that because she, the devil wants to kind of convince more people? But what exactly are you convincing the people to do? Like, are you convincing them to wear more red? Is that a thing? Every time that I hear more and more theories about this bullshit, it's so obvious that this is just people trying to make a spooky story out of nothing. And most of the times I wouldn't have a problem with this. It's fine, it's fun, it's content at the end of the day. But there's so many people who actually believe in this shit and stop enjoying the content that these artists put out because they think that they worship the devil, and it's so idiotic. Sam Smith is another example. You have this guy, everyone loved him, by the way. Everyone loved this guy, everyone was totally okay with what he did. All of a sudden he puts out one song, only one, in a whole fucking album with no other reference to this fucking unholy thing, and already because of that he's a devil worshiper and he's trying to hide it, he's trying to mask it. How is this masking it? If anything, I just think that Sam Smith is more self-aware than most Christians out there, because he actually acknowledges the fact that what he's doing, the type of life that he's living, is unholy. Because guess what? To any teenage boy or girl watching this video right now, being promiscuous, fucking someone different every week, that's unholy too. The only difference is that you put, the Bible in your mouth and trying to mask it as if you're just a sinner, but you love Jesus Christ. That's stupid. That's being a hypocrite. People like to look at Sam Smith and what he's doing now, and by the way, I really think it's kind of pathetic. I don't like it either, but not because it's unholy. It's just because it's kind of embarrassing. But people like to point fingers and say, look at that, he's a devil worshiper. He's not a man of God. You're not either. Just because you say you believe in God and you love Jesus, that's not enough. Those are words. It's really easy to speak in the name of God. What's hard is to actually live by the name of God. Don't come to me, someone that truly enjoys music and doesn't really care about the context of it, just enjoys the art, and think that you can make an argument out of the fact that someone is a devil worshiper and for that reason we shouldn't appreciate his music. And the same thing with that 27 Club, I just find the concept so stupid. Like, a lot of people died at the same age. What a surprise, when most of them have overdosed. Well, guess what? Overdose is actually one of the main reasons why artists, especially in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, died. So, but there's something that's as valuable as evidence, and that's reasoning. Trying to reason, trying to understand why someone did what they did. And this whole 27 Club thing, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why that age? Why some artists, were at the peak of their popularity, and why some of them had fallen off tremendously when this happened, Why some people that supposedly sold their soul as well as Bob Dylan didn't die at 27. Like, why is there not a pattern? Why does it always look like a coincidence? And actually, if you see it on the list of artists that die at 27, it's not as big as you would think it is, considering how many artists die every single year. And it's the same thing with this, like, symbolism and people, saying like Lil Nas X is a devil worshiper because of his music video where he goes out of heaven and then goes to hell and lap dances on the devil. Do you really think that's enough reason to call someone a devil worshiper? Like, no, not at all. It's just a concept. It's just an idea for a video. Is the devil off limits? Like, can you not play around with the idea of the devil? Is it then movies like, The Devil's Advocate or any other movie that showcases the devil in a way that's not necessarily evil, but maybe funny, maybe dramatic, maybe sad? Are all of those also satanic? Because there's just a bunch of other theories, like, they're as popular, by the way, but are just so much more stupid, like this whole thing about Taylor Swift being a devil worshiper. Why? Because she went from country music in the album Speak Now to red, and red is the color of the devil. And the only way to explain that she would do an album called Red and, be obsessed with red, even if it's only for one tour, it's because she's a devil worshiper. That's the only way to explain it. Or, for example, the fact that Justin Bieber has a tattoo of an owl on his arm, and, that's kind of like satanic symbolism. Every time I look at these 27 Club videos, which, again, no offense to the creators that actually do videos about this because they're creating content, it's the people that actually believe in this shit that pisses me off. Because the whole thing with Brian Jones, for example, how it's impossible, there were like some weird things about Brian Jones' death. Or the whole thing with Janis Joplin about how it's impossible that she couldn't control the age because she was an expert in age and she took age every single day in her life for like 2 years. Yeah, because drugs are definitely something that's really easy to control. It's so simple. I guess, the point that I'm trying to make with this video, and the reason why I'm so annoyed, is because people just stop enjoying the music and stop appreciating the artists and, just discredit them and their genius and, their ability to make good music by saying that they just sold their soul to the devil. It's so stupid to stop listening to an artist and just avoid yourself from this wonderful music because you believe, and there's this whole myth about him selling his soul to the devil. And a bunch of other types of conspiracy theories, like, for example, the Paul is dead theory. It's another one that, a lot of people don't listen to Paul's material after 1967 because they think it's a fake Paul. Is it really a valid reason to just restrain yourself from listening to music that you enjoy? For me, I just think that some people really need to take a deep look in the mirror and understand that we are as imperfect and as fucking sinners as every single one of these artists that we like to point fingers at. That's pretty much today's video, guys. I know that this was more a rant about this topic more than anything, but honestly, it's just really annoying when someone tries to label you as a bad person because you listen to someone who's a devil worshiper, or, someone that sold his soul to the devil, or try to discredit someone because of that same thing. I think it's stupid, I think that if you have your theory, unless you can prove it, you just have to shut up, man. And maybe, okay, you don't listen to that. You're free to do whatever you want. So if you don't want to listen to that particular artist, then don't. But don't try to go at someone else and try to tell them, how can you support this person when he, worships the devil? Even if they do, it's not my fucking problem. I'm not going to restrain myself from enjoying music just because a certain person has different beliefs than me or worships a different god than me. Especially if you want to be a hypocrite and pointing fingers when you're doing the exact same thing. It's just that you don't put it on social media. So yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other videos that I upload. I do want to know your opinion. Again, like, I'm not trying to, this is not a video against people of religion. This is not a video against any conspiracy channel that may have made a video about this, because I understand that that's content. This is more like a rant about those people who use this as an excuse to label you as a bad person because you listen to a certain artist that allegedly sold his soul to the devil. I think it's stupid. And yeah, I also want to know your opinion on this topic. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm always open to a conversation that may change my mind. So go ahead and leave your own opinion down below in the comments so me and everyone else can see it. Definitely, I may have a really closed-minded approach to this whole selling your soul to the devil thing because I'm not religious. I don't believe in God nor the devil. So maybe you can enlighten me on a certain type of view that I haven't really seen on the internet and may make way more sense than the ones I've seen so far. With that being said, once again, I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that I can see you guys soon with a new video. But until then, bye.